Alright, is everything working? Everything seems to be good. Yep. Alright. Oh, oops. Nope, not that. Activate that. Yep, everything's good. Alright, nice. Alright, well, with all that set up, onwards. Last time did, more exploration, more going around and about. Tried to help Eurolet find some, Eldari. Ended up finding a wrecked ship with no survivors. And no losses either over here in Forgotten Twins. So that was a bit strange. I have things from. Oh, that's right. I can't go there just yet. So, yeah, and then I did that stuff. Then did some exploration. I think I started off like somewhere around here-ish and explored that, explored up here. And now I'm going over here to Mundus Valencius. Soup. Trickle of disturbing news came from the Navigator's Sanctum. Over the last few days, allegedly there is a vast shadow following the void ship through the depths of the Sea of Soul. Mere hours before emerging in real space, the vessel shuddered. An unidentified leviathan had emerged from the rolling warp, wrapped its tentacles around the ship, and started squeezing, trying to crack the hull like an egg. Trust in the Navigator's talent. Ship's navigator engaged the warp monster in invisible combat by giving orders from the Sanctum Navis, by following the astronomical guiding light and struggling against the mighty alien will all at the same time. The guide managed to pry the void vessel from the nightmarish creature's grasp and execute emergency translation to real space, with minimal losses among the crew and new insights into the nature of warp entities. Well, nice. And now to Mundus Valencius. Up, catastrophe in the Omnissiah's hollowed halls. One of the few magi assigned by the machine cult to serve on the Von Valencia's ship has lost his mind. Singing distorted binary liturgies, the heretic has broken the sacred code rhythms and turned the ship machines against the rest of the crew. Superstitious voidsmen are paralyzed with fear before the master and the Adeptus Mechanicus. Only Lord Crafton can stand against the madman. To battle. Also damage taken. Oh, we got a tech priest that went mad. Corrupted servitors. Overcharged corrupted servitor. Corrupted servitor. A turret. Corrupted servitor.
You will beg for mercy, but I will grant none.
Corrupted Tech Priest. Servitors, turret. Ah, that's a lot of servitors. Alright. Cassia, stay back. I'll go there. Argenta, move up. Roulette, go there. Abelard. You have to do charge. Dira. To cover there. You know what? You and Cassia move up a little bit. This seems decent enough.
Anything else?
Right, front line there.
Was that you? Or
Kill zone it.
cover me?
Step out a bit.
But of course.
Initiate backline. Trench line it, so I don't have to worry about cover getting destroyed and crap.
Anything else?
Give rear there for increased fire support.
What is
And
this
back into cover.
foreboding?
Give Argenta for warning. Let's see. Slap some stacks of vulnerability on that dude, the turret. Let's blind this corrupt servitor. Combat servitor. Good. And give prescience to Yearlet. Very good. Now with Val degradation even higher, let's move on. Alright, and concentrated fire. Big burn.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Good. Wildfire. Change weapon. No. Just
As
burn
the
again.
Emperor commands, I act. This is why I was chosen.
Very good. Alright, you're left. You need to take out these turrets. Actually, let's hit the tech priest. Can I shoot the tech priest? Oh, don't have line of sight, probably because of that pillar. I can hit the turret, though. Turret doesn't have as much armor as I was expecting it to have. Counts as a rank 3, so if I mark it as prey. Step 1, perfect spot.
If I must.
Well, now her getting hit from these guys should be null.
I am not your Xenos pet monkey.
Some of that. God, the armor's so high.
This tedium is beneath me.
Pull the bold.
I understand
shot.
your intent. No weakness is hidden from my sight.
Our servitors are going to move up. This a boss? No, this is just a random encounter. This tech priest right here went mad and started messing with crap. And so, now the ship's in a bad state. And I have to fix it.
I'll see to it personally. I'll make it happen.
Metal guy on the left, this dude right here, that's just a combat servitor. They are really tough, but kind of standard. Ish.
I'll see to it personally. I'll make it happen. On it.
Abelard's turn.
It will.
Step 1, defensive stance.
Indeed.
Step 2, power attack. Step 3, hit as many of these people as
It will
possible.
be done. Victory is
And then give him more hit points. Alright, now, voice of command. Let's
If
buff
I may.
Urlet. Can I reach? If I move 6. If I move to there, will this reach? Yes. There we go. That buffs Abelard a bit. And for some reason it takes 7 to get back. Okay. Well, she can hold up here at least.
Be careful not to cross my gaze.
Inspire your Let.
Navigator,
Give her
not
more
a
damage.
searcher.
Let's give me an extra turn.
If you insist, Lord Captain.
The damage on this
See to it
dude.
personally. Best defense is a good offense.
Aim for the
This is
opening on
good
this
as done.
dude. Use powerful attack, because I doubt this guy can dodge. Nice. That's it for Cassia. Where are you going? Oof. Ouch. Our Jinta needs to move. I need to get her, like, actual cover.
Anything else?
Kill zone that location again.
But of
Trench line
course.
this location. She's already forewarned. Give your let forewarning.
I know what is to come.
Move up a bit. Let's blind this turret. Don't know exactly how that works, but yeah, it passes the willpower. So that's great. Let's open this thing up so I can actually get the things. Presence. An Argenta, mostly just to cast another ability on her. That also was a 6 ability, so now all these people suffered a debuff. And slap some exploits on this dude. Yep. Bonk. Giving Argenta the ability to parry was like the greatest thing ever. Abelard should take no damage from this, and then on his turn I can have him evade.
Doubt is for the weak.
Controlled shot, so he can dodge. Concentrated fire to make this deadlier. Let's do devastating attack, because that will
As
blind
the
them all.
Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it.
Now, while she recovered some MP, she did not recover enough to be able to move. Actually, if I do this, because of how many she hit, it activates that.
In thy light I stand.
Activate
and
this
thy love
ability.
I crave. Faith
Burn them all
without
again.
deeds is worthless.
That's about all I can really do. Alright, here.
If I must.
Mark this guy as prey.
I am
Kill him.
not your Xenos pet.
That now buffs her to have increased critical hit chance and critical damage. So now I can have her move up to here. She still can't target the Tech Priest. She can start targeting these guys.
This tedium is beneath me.
Perfect spot to give her additional cover.
I am not your Xenos pet, monkey.
Buff next shot. Hit this dude.
If I must.
Alright. So glad I gave her parry.
Just a minor setback.
Don't know how he didn't parry. Alright, let's advance.
Who, if
Perfect
not
spot.
me?
God, these guys have so much armor. Let's target the
On
turret.
it. I'll make it happen. Consider this a taste of what's to come.
That was kind of a wasted shot. I was expecting it to do more.
At your beck and call.
Defensive stance.
I will do like you.
Power attack. Get these guys out of the way.
Took care of this one.
And that gives enough momentum.
It will be done.
So now I can do Daring Breach.
No matter the cost.
It's good, because it allows me to do some nonsense.
At your beck and call. Victory is imminent. It will be done.
Okay, these guys' stupid amount of armor greatly reduced the amount of nonsense I was able to perform. Alright, Cassia. There is no good place to move you up to.
Battlefields are always drowned in scarlet.
Move up to there. Buff Argenta. Giving her an additional turn. Argenta, more fire.
As the Emperor commands, I act. Nothing can escape the Emperor's judgment. I'll do it. This is why I was chosen.
Alright.
If I
Glimpse
may.
of Fate. Give her an additional buff on her next time she dodges.
I'm not
Buff her
accustomed
toughness
being
to get her
ordered
some more
around.
HP. And then go back to cover.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
Oh boy. Alright, blitz stratagem here. So I can
Anything
move up
is.
a bit. Move to here.
In the Empyrean.
Move the back line. Nope, not back line. Fire efficiency and dodge reduction. Yep, move this to here for increased dodge. Take cover in it. Trench line stratagem to for further bonuses. And YouTube's having issues. Okay, it seems resolved. That was strange. Just a tiny little hiccup. Good. Didn't mean it crashed. Alright, next, forewarning on self. Let's blind this guy. He failed. That's good. What's this? Pierce the armor. Oh, Nice. That's right. So I have
But of
some
course.
exploits on that guy. And then try to crap on his armor.
Anything is.
Okay, you got it down by like 30%. Jabadira. Parry. Bonk. Set this fool on fire again. Try to set that guy on fire. Wildfire for an additional attack.
Commands, I act.
That to cause an additional effect. Switch weapon. And shoot this guy. It's not actually going to do much. Typhon's resistance has succeeded. Well, the friggin' 3. Alright. Well, that kind of sucks. Nothing good to really do. Turret's targetable, but the Tech Priest is not. Dang. I'm down the prey. Let's take down this guy over here.
I understand your intent.
Prime for your next shot.
If
Shoot
it
him.
serves your cause. Fortune favors the swift.
Good.
This tedium is beneath me.
Get some analysis on him for more vulnerability.
If
Shoot
it
him
serves
again.
your cause.
Good. And then
I
set up
understand
that
your
final
intent.
shot. When it gets back to her turn, she should be able to finish it off with that attack. My turn. What can I target? Turret. Okay. Let's finish taking down this turret.
I'll see to it personally.
Stack some more vulnerabilities on it.
I'll make it
Make an
happen.
opening. More powerful shot. It can't even
With
dodge
no
this. Smoked it. Alright. Slap some images on a big dude over here.
It's as good as done. I'll make it happen.
There you go. Now that guy should be taking damage over time. Yep, damage effect applied.
On it.
And since I actually have enough, reload, because he's getting kind of low. Ablar.
Indeed.
Defensive stance. Can you actually make that charge? Yes, you can. Welcome
I
as
will
Storm
do my
Enemy.
duty.
Hello, Skylar. How are you today?
Victory is imminent. An exemplary strike. It will be done.
Doing pretty good. Pretty long battle started in. But gradually working through it. I love how I just put a damage over time effect on these two guys and just completely ignored them for the rest of the fight. Alright. Who to buff?
I am
Buff
a
myself?
navigator, not a servitor.
And
Me?
give me an extra
If
try.
you insist, Lord Captain.
Shoot this guy.
Your end was inevitable.
Nice. If I hit this guy with dismantling attack, it should apply the additional effect to everyone within range.
Here's my perfect moment.
As well as really just mess that guy up. Hemorrhage on this dude.
The best defense is a good offense.
Oops, I accidentally put slowed hemorrhage on Abelard. Sorry, Abelard. Slap some
make it
exploits on
happen.
this dude. Alright, that was rather productive. Comes a fate. Let's use Inspire on
If I may.
Virulette. Buffer damage even more. Give a
I'm
toughness
not
buff to
accustomed
Adira.
being ordered around.
Mostly just so I can use a Psyker Navigator power on her. And then
Step
back to cover.
aside. The navigator is coming.
Alright, that guy died to the hemorrhage effect. Very good. This guy accomplished nothing by missing both shots. Move up. Blind the tech priest.
On it.
He failed his resistance, so he's gonna suffer. Take down this corrupted servitor. Very good. Move up the
this Squire's job?
crap. Move up the
Will
front
do.
line.
But of course.
Put a buff on the front line. Let's blitz it as well.
Will do.
With these people over here. Slap
it.
some exploits on this dude. Make certain that Virulette shot kills. Argenta, move up. Concentrated
Faith
fire.
without deeds is worthless. I'll do
Devastating attack to cause blind.
it. That is not the Emperor's will.
Burn them. Nice. Now, start shooting this thing. Wildfire. And shoot it again.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Nice. That was some good damage. Toasty. Alright, let's screw up this thing. 8 stacks of Hunt Down the Prey, critical bonus.
If it serves your cause.
Use that. 105 to 120 damage.
This
is probably gonna
beneath
crit.
me.
115. Thing barely survived. But it's not gonna survive this.
If it serves your cause.
Yeah.
I move swiftly to strike.
Move up. Perfect spot. This isn't gonna matter, but if this tech priest somehow makes it a turn to the next round, he's just gonna get shot. These 2 servitors continue to be useless. Actually, you know what? Let's fit them down properly.
Who'd have known that our end was inevitable?
You can't even target the tech priest. Nope.
Ugh, my ears are ringing.
Abelard. Stab the
Indeed.
fool.
It will be done. I will do my duty.
Bonk.
One, you are target.
Eviscerated. Just an auto gun and a stun grenade.
Keep your wits about you.
Alright. So that's the tech priest taken down. Where's the exit?
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Guess I'll just go back the way I came. Yep. And we're done here. Alright, we have made it to Dargonus. Well, we have made it to the system that Dargonus is in. Lord Captain, Master Helmsman on the line. I can report that the quest for the capital world of the Von Valencia's dynasty is finally at an end. Dargonus is straight ahead. We have received countless greetings. Your subjects would like to know when their master will be arriving. Merchant captains taking refuge in the orbital docks of Dargonus race to send you priceless welcoming gifts, hoping to buy your favor and to make an impression on the rogue trader. Tell Dargonus the rogue trader is coming home. Will be done, Lord Captain. As the connection to the Master Helmsman cut, the device crackles with Henrix's voice. Lord Captain, I'll be pleased to accompany you during your visit to Dargonus. I can personally introduce Achilles Scalander, the servant of the Golden Throne who previously attended Lady Theodora on Dargonus. I'm counting on your benevolence. Boxcast ends with a clip. Phlogiston. I have a bunch of it. I probably gonna be fine to ignore that for now. Always can come back later. Nothing. Remember, yeah. What are you guys talking about? Remember Lady Theodora used to condemn traitors to forced resettlement on this planetoid. Yes, every member of House Celius was packed into a cargo shuttle and sent on a one-way voyage. And a year later, we found the real conspirators. Oof. Nothing of note. Adeptus Mechanicus ship. Captain, a transport shuttle bearing the markings of Adeptus Mechanicus is approaching the ship. Magos Tarzuk's delegation intends to board our ship and gain an audience with your lordship. I know exactly how they phrased it. He intends, not humbly requests. Many of my tech comrades neglect diplomacy when interacting with the laity. It is regrettable. What do they want? The humble servants on Messiah have ignored our requests. Such arrogance is hardly trivial. It rather appears to be part of their intimidation tactics. Do I want to be petty? Nah, I'm not going to be petty. Receive the delegation. They may indeed be here on important business. It will be done, Lord Captain. Requesting permission to be present to the audience granted to my tech comrades. Alright, Pascal. Who should I bring, who should I not? Pascal's coming. Yeah, I'll take this lineup. That's fine. Here, let me sit this out. Alright. Let's level up Pascal. He's been out of this for a while. We got 5 ranks. So, choose a talent. He's an assassin, same as main character, so. Like professional cumin. I'd take keep your distance for the next one. Alright. Characteristic upgrade. What are your current characteristics? Let's buff weapon skill. Choose a skill to up. Probably logic. Choose a talent. It's gonna go with imminent demise, right? No. Keep your distance. Choose an ability. Death Whisper, Elusive Shadow. The first used assassin who uses this ability again for free. That might be good for getting Pascal to the front lines. Choose a talent. What was the other one I was looking at? Probably more dodge. Oh, Dance Macabre. Wait, Dance Macabre deals damage? Dash in a straight line for up to suffering less damage from attacks and gaining that much against him. This assassin not dash to the stuff first. And deals an additional +3 direct damage. Okay. Choose a characteristic. Let's buff agility a bit. Try to get more movement points. Choose a common talent. Previously in stacking +10% bonus hit chance about drugs and any target they hit with. Attacks. Attacks and effects will expose wing and bell and gain bonuses against enemies in the effects machine spirit community, as if those enemies had 2 more stacks of exploit. I like that one. Attacks enemies in close combat, pushing them to 2 cells away and dealing that much weapons damage. This attack has armor penetration. Damage for these weapons increases by that much. Pascal is not shoot for 1 round, loses all stuff. Pascal's under the effects of machine spirit communion. His attacks do an additional damage and gain that much armor penetration. Ooh, that's good. Choose a talent. Deadly calculation or direct damage. Wait, I thought I already grabbed keep your distance. Professional Cumin. Orbit pure yet. Oh, okay. Well, keep your distance. Must have accidentally replaced that. Well, complete. Also, any inventory I can give you. Current stuff. Plus 5% armor, medium armor, that's special to you. Thunder hammer, arc rifle. We have plus 10% parry reduction, plus 5% armor penetration for melee attacks. 3 bonus to tech use. Where it kills 2 or more enemies with a single attack, the attack does not spend all the wearer's MP. Toughness bonus. I don't really see anything worth altering to his loadout. And actually, let's give him a plasma gun. I was checking my sharpshooter, checking my depth, servitors, Tazus. So, Tarzus, what do you want?
Is there money to be made?
A group dressed in the crimson of the priesthood of Mars walks towards you. Their gazes are fixed on Pascal. You know the group is not monolithic. Some members are more heavily armed and follow a large tech priest clad in battle armor. Others keep a respectful distance, casting inquiring looks at their own leader, whose hunched posture belies his tall frame. Despite the hood hiding his face, you recognize him as Opticon 22, whom you encountered on Football. Hello again. The Norse tech priest points his hand at Pascal and lets out a booming roar, not unlike a factory alarm. Makes your very bones vibrate. Herald service squirrels marked with the emblem of the cog follow in his wake. They blare shrilly. Thou shalt not suffer a heretic in thy forge, for rust begets rust. Pascal Hanuman, in the name of Adeptus Mechanicus, you are under arrest. Unservant the Messiah turns to you, diplomacy mode engaged. Announcement: the Adeptus Mechanicus offer their apologies for and would like to inform you of the necessity of conducting an operation to detain, arrest, terminate a faulty unit in the rogue trader's territory. Study the 2 priests of Mars. You identify the rare armor that Norris Tech Priest is wearing as his sector's plated and mechanized suit. It carries the imprints of many battles, and its markings announce its status as a relic. So the armor's damage looks fairly severe, to the point of endangering its operation. The slivers of flesh revealed on its steel are marked with terrible chemical burns. Every now and then, convulsions shake the Tech Priest's body, and a painful sound hisses from his vox. The tall Tech Priest who spoke to you before more peacefully and makes a point of not drawing his weapon. There's an air of concern about the way he frequently glances over his fellow, scrutinizing his condition. On what charge are you trying to arrest a member of my retinue? This heretic is accused of stealing personnel identification codes, spreading tech heresy on the world of Kieva Gamma, and making an attempt on the life of a servant of Domnasiah. Deafening roar from the tech priest Vox makes you grimace in pain. Touch your ear and nose blood on your fingers. Faulty unit will be removed. In the name of the Messiah, I condemn you. Lightning flashes across the warrior's armor. Agony resounds in the blare of his Vox alarm. In contrast, Pascal speaks quietly and coldly. You're malfunctioning, tech comrade. I deem your logical conclusions questionable. The statement is false. Tech brother Tarzus Hanuman is willingly undergoing holy torment deterioration, which, however, does not critically affect his cognitive capacity for data analysis. Unit calling itself Pascal Hanuman will have information that implicates you, having learned that you are a member of the Retinue, a maintenance specialist in the service of rogue trader Levon Valencius. We have come here with the goal of meeting you, intercepting you, engaging you in combat. Point to the furious servant of the Messiah. Do you have proof that this tech priest is who he claims to be? Confirmed. According to the archive entry 1E99237, Lagos explorator Tarzus Hanuman served on and maintained the ship, identified classified, in the capacity of reliquary caretaker. He sustained extensive damage to both the organic and the sacred part of his body in a series of sacrilegious breaches of the right of operation, an assassination attempt. Owing to a statistically fortunate coincidence, by the Messiah's grace, enough of his operational capacity was preserved for him to don a Goliath model sacred battle harness, which would preserve his vital functionality. Archive entry personnel data sealed by the captain of the identified classified. Sound from the text priest Vox is like the moan of a bending steel beam, Service Skull declares. For vengeance, I thirst as I tread the path of vengeance, following a blasphemous miscreant's bloody tracks. Analysis of the security system showed that the assassins, heretics, infiltrated the reliquary using Tech Brothers Tarzus' unique identification codes. Someone had stolen, duplicated Brother Tarzus' identity, which is a grade 3 transgression, and the unit making the allegedly criminal claim of being Pascal Hanuman is known to have previously used this entry the stolen code. Wait a minute, what is happening on Kiev Gamma? That planet belongs to me. According to Vox interception data, the planet's fabricator sensor made incorrect blasphemous modifications to Manufactorum working procedures, which qualifies as a lapse in sacrilege. The Adeptus Mechanicus are hereby officially notifying House Roland Valencius of having commenced an investigation into operation to remove fabricator sensors Cuvius and Delphine. Estimated time to procedure completion, 3.7 solar years. Data suggests that the unit, which used Magos Explorator Hanuman's identification codes, performed an unauthorized upgrade on the planetary Vox array and introduced data deemed to be scrap code into its operation. This fact points to the unit's criminal complicity with the heretic Cubis Delphine. I'm surprised it doesn't give a little thing to explain what scrap code is. What do you have to say to this, Pascal? Pascal replies firmly, his Vox crackling with a hint of indignation. I deny these charges. I never plotted against my tech comrade. My cognitive purity vows were never distorted. My unique identification code was never stolen. I am the true Magus Explorator Hanuman, and I am not guilty. Tech priest's deep guttural roars blown on the surface skull's high-pitched whine. False witness. Does the big fella have to roar? Negative. Upon completing his sanctification procedure, Tech Tarvis modifies the engrammatic augments algorithm in order to never to desecrate solely tarnish his mouthbox cognitive process with flesh speak. The surface will screech. Mine is a pure and binary tongue that preserves only what is true and shuns scrap data. Are you saying this bloodthirsty Hulk is a saint? The statement is true. Brother Tarzus has the honor of wearing authorization to wear the sacred battle harness that belonged to Magos Militant Auspector Gracius, one of the first champions of the Faith Holy Scouts, to join the cause of conquering the Chronos Expanse. After his death, the termination of his vital functions at the hands of Xenos, his damaged class armor was preserved and given the status of a relic. The Adeptus Mechanicus regard this act as a voluntary martyrdom, self-destruction, for the glory of the Deus Mechanicus. This battle harness is classified as Cogni armor. The machine spirit living in it is strong and wise, but took major damage in the course of Magos Gracius' last battle. Besides sacred litanies and imperatives of service to the Messiah, the armor broadcasts a continuous signal, suffering and agony as attack brother Tarsus' mind. Oof. I'm not handing Pascal over to you unless I see evidence. Let us get to the bottom of this matter together. Request approved. Ready to work in cooperative mode. This gives you a haughty look and lets out a howl of wrath. Archiving. Tech brother Tarsus opposes lay participation in investigations of search for truth. The unit Opticon 22 advises in favor of the House following its representatives' participation requests. System joint investigation. Arresting a rogue trader as retinue member without any justification stands in breach of the law. My privileges under the warrant of trade. This guy has accompanied me on travels for a while now. I can swear to it that he is not a criminal. Get on my ship now. Lore Imperium. I insist on a joint investigation. Arresting a rogue trader retinue member without any justification stands in breach of the law and my privileges under the warrant of trade. Request for cooperation reviewed and accepted. I request Tech Brother Tarsus' consent to the co-participation of representatives of Von Valencia's dynasty in the investigation proceedings. A sacrilegious conspiracy. I refuse to help from laypersons. I'm a cog of the Deus Mechanicus that grinds down corruption. I will carry out the sentence immediately. Pascal freezes, but green sparks light up in his visor. He extends a hand towards Tarsus and replies in a clanging voice, "Let the cycle be discontinued." Realize Pascal's words are coming from both his own vox and Tarsus. Then every sensor in the executioner's battle harness lights up at once and blindingly, and the wounded armored Leviathan lets out a deafening roar of pain. Attention! Priority notification. Service units of the Kappa Thread supply line are unauthorized to confront the rogue trader. Command: retreat and reinitiate negotiations. Heretic Pascal, I'll wreak punishment upon you in the name of the Deus Mechanicus. I like how Omnicron 22 is like, nah, I'm getting out of here. Scataris. Start the battle.
They who discern the future on the battlefield.
Front line there.
Was that you? Or... What is this foreboding? Anything else?
Nice. What are these people? What is Katari armed with? Stub carving. Quite a bit of damage. The adept is stub carving. Okay. Sharpshooter is also stub carving. Skitari's power sword. 2 servitors. And Tarsus himself. Inject the flesh of 4. I swing to dodge. And if each turn, the creature suffers 10 direct damage, begins the stacking plus 10 damage bonus. Also, at the end of its turn, this creature makes one attack against everyone within its melee range. Oh. Sleep. This creature does not have its own resolve and has no influence on momentum. Fatigued, disturbed, perplexed, and staggered. Attacking targets. First initiative bonus divided by 2. You have an initiative of 20. Oh, 30. Wow. You stupid. Oh, 30's actually still high. So you're not stupid, you're just a trooper. Alright. Let's blind Tarzus. He failed. Nice. So he's blind. Completely. Forewarning to Pascal. He doesn't have as good of a stuff as Abelard does.
Was that you?
Set up the kill zone. Let's buff Cassia. And stop some exploits on, let's say, this guy. Okay. Cassia. Buff Pascal's toughness.
If you insist, Lord Captain.
Give voice of command to Argenta. And give an extra turn to me.
If I may.
Perfect spot. Put hemorrhage on this dude. Cool. Just shoot the dude.
The best defense is a good offense.
Alright. Lilith stare. Mess these people up. Good. Alright, Argenta.
I'll do it.
Concentrated fire.
Doubt is for the
Devastating
weak.
attack. And let's set a bunch of them on
Faith
fire.
without deeds is worthless. For you, my emperor.
Passed, failed, passed. That dude's already messed up. Alright. Then let's Furious Recital to get the momentum buff. She hit 4 targets, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's about it for her. Keep your distance. Keep your distance. Just tripped them. Oh my god.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones. Victory is imminent. At your beck and call. It will be done. At your beck and call.
Bonk.
Care of this one.
Oh, get wrecked, you poor fool. Get freaking splattered.
Will rule the stars themselves.
Then let's just daring breach.
A tactically sound approach. Target well struck. It will be done. Reduced to dust. I will do my duty. I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
Get wrecked, fools.
I'll see to it personally. I'll make it happen. It's as good as done. I'll see to it personally. Consider this a taste of what's to come.
Request. The scriptural prognosis is favorable.
I think this is just classified as a slaughter.
But of course. Be gone. Will do. Anything else?
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
My vow is to serve. The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all. Running binaric override. I am a savant of destruction. Vulnerability analysis successful.
As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it.
I forgot. I had the one effect there. If he falls below enough health, he
As
just
the
dies.
Emperor commands, I act. Faith without deeds is worthless. This is unacceptable.
Oh, you lucky fool.
You never stood a chance.
And then he just explodes. Pressing cessation of hostilities. Point to Tarzus. Help your brother. The unit that called itself Tarzus Hinman is dead, has been disabled. Its material assets beyond restoration or reuse as spare parts. After a pause, Blisco bows his head and Baneric Requiem pours out of his box. Despite his misconceptions, he was a servant of the Messiah. Pascal, what did you do to Tarzus? Pascal's confused reply comes from his box and rests. Unable to fulfill requests, the Messiah granted me an epiphany, and I muted the maimed machine spirit that was filling Tarzus' mind with fury. I do not fully understand the manner of my appeal to it. The situation perfectly mirrors the incident on Rykab Minoris, where I appealed to the machine spirit's malfunctioning mechanism and laid it to rest. I'm sorry that you had to kill a comrade. I also regret having a negative assessment of this event. The Adeptus Mechanicus still accuse the unit identifying itself as Pascal Henman of criminal theft of a unique identification code. Unlike Tech Brother Tarzus, I am not authorized to immediately arrest and execute the unit, but neither am I authorized to drop this inquiry. There are no apostates among us. The piercing voice from the Vox Sith was more overwhelming than Tarzus' relentless roar. Tech Brother Tarzus and the machine spirit lived in his battle harness had come to the suffering that beset them. Judgment was rash and erroneous. Now their torment is over. I declare them martyrs and requisitioning Tarzus Henneman's neural augment for the purpose of preserving his blessed memory. As astonished tech priests look on, Pascal leans over the slain man's body and extracts an augmetic from his skull. His movements are as precise as they are respectful. Listen in silence. Each word, Pascal's voice grows more powerful and majestic. Saw the agony your tech brother Tarzus was in, his unbridled pain spurred faith intimidated you. But you were silent. Reverence stopped you from raising your voices, proclaimed the machine spirit with which his mind had merged was morbidly afflicted. The imperative of reverence had paralyzed your will, and you watched the tragedy unfold in silence. The sixth universal law states that comprehension is a true path to knowledge, and the procedural cycle has robbed you of your comprehension. Therefore, let the cycle be discontinued. There is a clang as Opticon 22's knees press into the floor. Crimson hooded heads are bowed. Let the cycle be discontinued. A radiant light pouring out of Pascal's visor grows dimmer. Static creeps back into his voice. Let the cycle be discontinued, tech comrades. Pascal, there's one small point I'm not clear on. What just happened? Pascal's vox crackles somewhat tentatively. I decide to sustain my words with an excerpt from one of the blessed Arnold's sermons on loss of internal and external function. Verse 4. My analysis deemed inappropriate. What is the reason for this act of genuflection? It has been a long time since the words of the Messiah of discontinuing were last spoken, openly over public communication bans. We respectfully welcome wisdom's return. So he is not forgotten after all. Messiah discontinuing, is that how you refer to Armament? Following Archmago's Armornet's partial licitation removal of the chain of command that was the authorship attribution on a series of sermons of discontinued cycle that were disseminated across the Cognizant's fleets, was, in fact, a title used by many, and many times. So Armornet's teaching is not heretical. Honestly, that's what I thought. His statement is false, contrary to what many servants of the Messiah, though they preferred to believe. The Fleet's Supreme Conclave never issued an official statement on that decision. 37% of the Supreme Conclave's members openly supported Archmagos' Armament's views and disappeared or removed from the chain of command. Under circumstances that were classified, the Supreme Conclave has not had a quorum ever since. You know where Armament is now? Data unavailable. No reports have mentioned Archmage's armament since the incident on the Archmechanicus Hermetico, which led to the presumed disappearance of the void ship. My archive has no data on the hermetical incident. Vessel's blessed armament's base of operation. Is it lost, then? Pascal's voice is filled with anxiety. Were you among his followers? Negative. I had no contact with Archimagos Arnon and was never a member of his flock, disciples, retinue. However, my analysis of the doctrine he outlined inspired in me deep respect for, trust in him. I presume the conflict between you and Pascal has been resolved? The data received provides a basis for calling the fallen tech brother Tarza's hypothesis into question. Out of respect for, due to lack of authorization to indicate, indict the followers in the side of discontinuing, we will not proceed with the detainment, arrest, termination. Homicide knows all, comprehends all. Thank you, tech brother, Opticon 22. Now the conflict has been resolved, you may remain aboard my ship. Request denied. The Kappa Thread supply line delegation is leaving Dargonus, expresses gratitude for the hospitality ceasefire, and proclaims its intent to return to football to resume performing its regular functions. Tech Priest looks over at Pascal as if waiting for something. Pascal's mechadendrite briefly touches the shoulder of Opticon 22, who bows respectfully. Well, that was an event. Tarsus dies. Oof. Black armor, improved black vest, ominous cyan axe, power sword. So I don't get the relic?
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
To the Void Ship Bridge. Alright, because you got anything to talk
To
about?
what do I owe this visit?
Nothing, okay. Oh, there's Pascal. Hi Pascal, how are you doing?
My apologies. 19% of my processing power is engaged in the analysis of my tech comrade's memory. My response time may be longer than usual.
Raises his eyes from Dazzlet, connected to an augment. The augment used to be housed inside the skull of Tarsus. It's like Bracy Paris in your ship. Have you found anything out?
The data is scarce. His identification code is the same as mine, and his memory contains data confirming that the assassination did take place. Unfortunately, some of his memory was damaged by pulses broadcast by his battle harness. I can assert with some confidence that he was who he claimed to be, and that he served the Deus Mechanicus earnestly and eagerly.
Okay. His empire composed is the same as mine. How many Canyonmans are running around the place? Gave off the impression of a paranoid madman.
Notwithstanding his permanent state of agony, he was not cognitively dysfunctional. His desire to immediately destroy the object he had deemed profane was partly dictated by his engrammatic augmentics, which were receiving imperatives from his battle harness. In light of the oddness of our matching identification codes, I find merit in his hypothesis as to the existence of a clandestine malevolent agent or conspiracy operating inside our fraternity.
Who do you think was behind the assassination?
No data available. I will hypothesize that the assassination was instigated by an enemy of the Blessed Amanat's doctrine. I accept the possibility that the assassins were targeting me, only to be led astray by Tarsus and my own identical identifiers. I am concerned about the fate of Archmagus Amanat. According to Opticon 2-2, he went missing in the wake of the incident on an Arc Mechanicus, the Hermetico. Information about that ship and its perishing has been purged from the archives. I accept the possibility that the incident on the ship, the concealed data, and the assassination have all been part of a single conspiracy.
Pretty intense. Are you not surprised that Armand's words had such an effect on Opticon 22?
I was not knowledgeable as to how popular Blessed Amanat's teaching was in explorator circles. The Cognizance fleet is massive. His ideas might have found a larger following on its periphery than in the Mother Squadron.
Perhaps you'll be able to find out more.
I will continue my research into the Blessed Martyr's memory with all due reverence.
Alright, let's take my leave.
May your labors be effective and fruitful.
Alright. Back to the map. To Dargonus. To the Von Valencius Palace. Henrik's wanted to go. Abelard, Adira, and Argentus should also go, because all of them are from the Von Valencius. Oh, seen in other games? No. These places are all unique. Well, the Cronus Expanse as a whole is a known area, which is like seen in other games, other stories, and stuff like that. A lot of the locations specific to this game are well, specific to this game, like Dargonus, Janus, Kieva Gamma, a lot of the places I visited. I guess real quick, if I go to the map to see all the places that we've been. Alright. So, the Winter Scales realm and the Cronus Expanse as a whole are known areas. So, like the God Emperor's Scourge, the Unbeholden Reaches, Cauldron, etc. And Footfall, Footfall is all from like actual lore and stuff like that. However, a lot of these systems I've been visiting around and about, especially pertaining to like Janus and the main story and stuff like that, are kind of specific to this game. It's basically set up in a premise that because the world of Warhammer 40k kind of spreads across the entire galaxy, so it exists on the principle of there is so much space that kind of anything and everything can happen. So, yeah. But so far as I am aware, the only areas... Yes. Yeah, it's like that. It's like in D&D, you have like all the common areas, you have the different worlds, the different planes you can go to. You have all the different areas that are sometimes like shared in a common lore, but a lot of it's unique. So that's kind of the way it runs with Warhammer 40k. So, but to my knowledge, the only areas that have been visited so far that is actually in common lore, to my knowledge, is just Footfall. Yeah, let's keep Cassia. Yeah, let's keep Cassia. She has persuasion and stuff. Alright, made it to Dargonus, the main place of the Von Valencius dynasty. This place is in much better condition than I was expecting. Clementia Worsarian. Worsarian, isn't that Zablard's last name? Is Zablard and Clementia related? Yes. Son copy bit. Emperor protects. Welcome home, your lordship. Stately woman in a long, full dress makes a graceful curtsy. Short graying hair does not obscure her stern features, and why is YouTube having issues? Okay, seems fixed, I guess. Weird. I'm Clementia Worsarian, court counselor of the Von Valencius dynasty. On behalf of all of Dargonus, please accept my deepest condolences on the untimely passing of Theodora von Valencius. Her departure is a terrible blow to us all. But as one star expires, another always flares to life, and although still overcome with bitterness and grief, subjects hope that you will become the Trade dynasty's guiding light in these trying times. Clementia. Abelard offers a reserved nod. She nods in return, and the lines on his brow soften ever so slightly. Sorry to keep stopping I have something like stuck in my throat and it keeps causing me to cough, so if you hear like a weird like beep or click noise and then I go silent for a bit, it's probably me coughing. Don't know why. You have a lot of cybernetics and look really messed up. The young man quickly brings a respirator to his burnt face and bows his head courteously. His raven black hair veils his burns and skull implants. And his thin metal fingers creak quietly as he offers a welcoming gesture. Achilles Scalendier, secretary at the Administratum Department. I hope your journey to Dargonus was not darkened by unwanted troubles. We had some incidents, but those are irrelevant at this moment. Quite right, your lordship. What happened cannot be changed, but you still have great deeds ahead of you. So let us look to the future with hope in our hearts. Does your lordship wish to survey the grounds, or perhaps we could state your curiosity by answering any questions you might have? Governor Orban Drivstem has been notified of your arrival on Dargonus, and will visit the palace shortly. Preparations for the official visit are well in hand, but your lordship still has plenty of time before the meeting. Hold on a minute, Clementia. What did you say your last name was? This may not me. You heard correctly. Your lordship, I am of House Rosarian, Lord Abelard's granddaughter and direct descendant. Oh, this is his granddaughter. Nice. Chancellor Rosarian has held her position at the Von Valencia's court for many years. She earned Lord Captain Theodora's respect through acts of great perseverance. There's no room for doubt. Blood had nothing to do with it. The Emperor blesses those who straighten humanity's domain through their deeds. You have reason to be proud of your progeny. Abelard looks at you in surprise, but then immediately puts on an air of indifference. Thank you, Lord Captain. Why isn't the governor here with you to greet me? Apologies, your lordship. Governor Drivstem's residence is on the other side of the world, by the Administratum Palace of Dargonus. He sent word as soon as you entered the system, but it takes time to travel the great distances of your domain. Logic test succeeded. Nice. Chancellor Rosarian appears unruffled, but you cannot shake the thought that the governor's lateness is a subtle political gesture designed to test the limits of what is acceptable when it comes to interacting with the new rogue trader. I would like to rest before the meeting. Where are my chambers? They are very close, and just down the hall. That is also where the study and audience chamber are. Achilles' face brightens with a pure white smile, restoring some of his former good looks. Lady Theodora's study has remained locked since her last departure, but on account of your arrival, we've arranged for it to be tidied up. It is ready whenever you may need it. You are dismissed. Apologize for my bluntness, but I have a request to make, perhaps before the meeting takes place. Thus, Lord Captain could spare a few minutes for a conversation with me? Achilles bows his head. I'm certain that you will find my report on the state of affairs in the Von Valencia's Procurator most useful. Alright. Oh, you're lit. Hello. The walls of your home suffocate me, I won't talk. I long to leave this twisted world at the first opportunity. Living fruit-bearing tree in the heart of the hive world is a fantastical sight. Probably use a lot more water to tend to this tree than the average Dargonus citizen can hope to receive in their daily ration. Oof. Tremble, for the sword of the Emperor is coming. Last Von Valencia carries his punishment, and strikes his eternal enemies, the eradicated chaos, the hero of Janus. Head of Janus' delegation. Janus' delegation salutes you, lordship. Does it usually glow like that? I thought it crashed for a second there. It usually does not. I honestly was starting to think it crashed as well. My thought is that it had all those people lined up on the sides, and it was like due to deloading them all and loading, it just took a long period of time in what should have been a brief transition. Staging acolytes of the planet sciences were puzzled over the stuff he brought from a forgotten world. Black lists names of each row trader to have led the Von Villains dynasty, dating back to the day the capital world was founded. Turn to the ship. Lower Imperium. Did I just level up? Standing upon the altar is an ancient image of Saint Macarius. Its regal frame is covered in marks. The relic was claimed in a battle on a remote and forgotten world. Argenta, hi. Glory to the God Emperor. Yeah, it makes sense for what you would say. It's like a scavenger hunt trying to find all the companions. J. Such a lustrous society, such well-heeled nobles indeed. It would be worth visiting Dargonus even without getting to know you, Shireen. This world offers huge scope for doing business.
What's a peculiar thing?
What's this? Toss a coin. Glistening light, the coin falls in clear water and sinks to the bottom. Alright, well, let's head on inside. Oh, hello. Welcome, Your Lordship. Let me inform you on the location of the chambers of your dynastic estate. Okay. Main throne room is up the stairs and straight ahead. Subject Achilles Slander informed me that he humbly waits the opportunity to meet you there. The Lordship wishes to rest after a long journey, then your personal chambers up the stairs and on the right. If you need anything, whatever your soul desires, I'll be right next to your chambers, eagerly awaiting your orders. Alright. Deliver a traitor. Or no description on the statues. It's a gift from House Gaparak to the Von Valencius dynasty. Well, thanks for the gift. Cassia. It compliments your taste in art. The collection here is extensive and most interesting. Pascal. Appearance has caused a slight disturbance. The ranks of servants of the Messiah assigned to the palace. Analysis of the performance of rituals and maintenance litany has produced a satisfactory result. Adira. Ah, and good old Dargonus. It's boring here without Lady Theodora. She'd love to liven up his sleepy little place with a couple of crazy decrees and public floggings of flabbergasted nobles. The crap? Von Valencius' dynasty throne, the visible symbol of the road trader's power, which now belongs to you. Sarian. Your lordship. Clementia bows her head politely. For a chancellor to a rogue trader, she is dressed rather simply, a parade doublet, polished boots, and comfortable cloak. She bears a saber in a gilded scabbard, whether for show or for protection, one cannot say. Only her ring with a rare Sarian coat of arms indicates that she is of the highest social strata. The governor is waiting on the periphery of the palace. Please let me know when you would like to see him. Prince test succeeded. Sharp gaze, the impeccable straight back, the composer. For a moment, you feel like you're looking at a younger version of Abelard himself, not his heir. Judging by the scars on the exposed part of her body, Clementia saw her fair share of combat prior to the assuming position of Chancellor. What are your responsibilities as Chancellor? Put simply, I'm your trade representative. Any and all decrees, deals, official communications, and meetings are first reviewed by me and then forwarded to you, and from you down the hierarchy. My review also includes overseeing your lordship's property, the palace, the estate, the mini gardens, and other demesnes, whatever, on Dargonus that you have inherited from Lady Theodora. Whenever you are President Dargonus, consider me your personal secretary. What can you tell me about Dargonus? All deals and important decisions are made here in the capital. Many years ago, an ancestor of Lady Theodora signed an agreement with the Adeptus Administratum, which allowed for efficient management of the world and the neighboring systems. In accordance with the decree, a share of the planet's population was assigned to the Administratum, converted into servitor scribes. They now toil across the entire world. Dargonus is also the seat of several noble families who run all the major planets in the Proctorate. I may express my not-so-humble opinion, they care very little about who exactly stands at the helm. Those piranhas think about their own profits, just as much as they do about the prosperity of the Proctorate itself, if not more. And lastly, Dargonus has its own fleet, luxury unavailable to the vast majority of other worlds in your realm. In addition to warships, the Proctorate also employs privateer ships which are used to transport cargo between worlds. The capital is staying in contact with the other worlds in the Proctorate. Unfortunately, not at this time, your lordship. After the few representatives of the Adeptus Astra Telepathically on Dargonus went into a frenzy, some of the psychers were tragically pacified by their respective authorities. Since then, communication with the neighboring systems has been unreliable at best. Thanks be to the Master of Mankind that you managed to find your way to the capital. Are there any other issues that I should be aware of? Apart from the disrupted communications, Dargonus was recently raided by enemies of humanity. However, the fleet under the command of Captain Marthius Rusarian triumphed over the cursed Xenos. If you ask for my opinion on this matter, we have the situation completely under control. Awareness test succeeded. Catch her avoiding your gaze for just a moment. For the first time, it's obvious that Clementia is looking out for her house's good name. But despite the confidence in her tone, you can tell that she does not entirely believe her own words. Tell me about Governor Driveston. Urban Driveston is a well-respected man, and not just on Dargonus, but throughout the Proctorate. For many centuries, his house has supported the capital's administratum and logistics between the Von Valencius systems. Driveston's efforts secured years of order and prosperity for Dargonus. What's more, Lady Theodora personally assisted Lord Urban, so specifically be made the next governor. Ooh. Got drama. Why you speak of Driveston? I hear a hint of either contempt or resentment. No, I don't believe I feel either, your lordship. It's a steely eye staring into the distance, her glow cleansing invincible. She speaks in a polite but clipped manner, clearly flustered by your insight. We have different views on how to run a world. We sometimes have discussions over laws that are enacted, but we both work for the good of the Von Valencius Proctorate. That much can be said without a doubt. Thank you for your report, Count Chancellor. Sir Von Melissa's proctor, your lordship. The governor can wait a little longer. I still have matters to take care of. Certainly, your lordship. However, her thin lips twist slightly. I do not concern myself with the governor's feelings, but I must warn you, your actions or inaction may be interpreted in a certain way. Your lordship will excuse me. Lack of observance as well as led your nobles to become extremely complacent. Today alone overheard 3 statements that, if I so wanted, could be turned into grounds for a charge of heresy. Pooh. Dang. A slender figure, clad in robes made from expensive fabric, shudders from violent coughing. Pressing a gilded respirator to his face, the man takes several deep breaths. Achilles, it's been many moons. Hope your cousin is feeling well. His covers his burnt lips, trying and failing to suppress a coughing fit. She is in good health. She sends her regards to you as well, as her wishes for your swift return. He frowns. As long as the stars shine in the sky, my vigil continues. So it does. Achilles thumps himself on the chest with his augmented hand. You hear the clang of metal against metal. Say nothing. My apologies, Lash. Given the break in the communications between system and Expand, it has become difficult to maintain contact with agents. Receiving this report and assessing the situation is my primary responsibility. Now let's look at Achilles. Allow me to introduce Achilles Scalander properly. In addition to his duties as Secretary of the Administration, he acts as an agent of the Golden Throne under my aegis. Master Scalander was transferred into my remit by a colleague who was engaged in other matters in the Corners Expanse. I'm sure you find Achilles' service useful, especially when dealing with the schemes of humanity's foes within the borders of your proctor. Greetings, Lord Lashmon. Allow me to once again to express my deepest condolences on the loss of Lady Theodora. I'll do anything I can to track down and destroy all Kunrad villagers' accomplishments on the capital world. You know anything about what has become of Kunrad Vogitor? The former master whispers a heretic and traitor to the dynasty. He knows grimly. Word of his treason reached Dargonus too late. Kunrad came to the planet and left it almost immediately, as he had sown discord in the minds of the gullible and naive. Worst of the rumors he started was that you were the one responsible for Lady Theodora's sudden demise. Of course, your loyal subjects did their best to skin alive any who showed signs of doubt, but it seems unlikely that the wardens got to everyone who has allowed doubt into their heart and now nurtures it in secret. Wow. Problems may be important in the present state of affairs of Imperator. Already forwarded all official reports to your Celestial. As for the conversation you're having right now, I wouldn't trust any paper or data slate with its contents. You see, Lady Theodora, may the Emperor have mercy on her soul, is perfectly aware of Dargonus' political environment. You, however, have only just arrived in the capital world. I thought it would be best to bring you up to speed. Frankly, the nobles of Dargonus, much like the nobles on most worlds, are akin to spiders in a jar, ready to pounce on whoever is the weakest, or whomever they deem to be the weakest. The nobles of Dargonus are well-respected, rich, and powerful individuals who held Theodora's favor for many years, and found ways to rise above the rest by diligently serving the rogue traitor. Every family pursues its own selfish interests, and each one expects that with a transition of power they will retain and even add to their lands and wealth. Families I would recommend giving particular attention to are the Drivestones, the Gapraks, and the Sirobacks. I should also mention the Worsarians, not a noble house per se, but a family as part of Theodora's inner circle, to the Blue Bloods in great displeasure. Tell me about the Drivestones. The Drivestones are the ancient governor house of Dargonus. Particularly, the greater the wealth on the Von Blinster's proctorate, the fuller their coffers grow. Their reputation is flawless except for one detail. We have evidence that urban Drivestones' rivals seem to have the misfortune of regularly falling victim to Zygmus raids. I find that these attacks are always a little too advantageous for the Drivestones, but we lack solid proof and might never surface. The closer an official is to a rogue trader, the braver and safer they feel. I would just like to remind everyone that rubbing shadows with Xenos is a heresy that can be overlooked only in the case of the Von Valencia's heir, not its servant. What makes the Gabraks special? The Gabraks hail from a remote forge world, and among their distant relatives are many of servants of the Omnisite, and the house itself is close to the cult of Cadepus Mechanicus, both in spirit and in their business connections. The Gabraks oversaw the industrial shipments within your proctorate. Until recently, ever since I was proud of the communication with Kiev the Game was severed, I've been quite concerned about the security of the planet placed in their care. What can you tell me about House Sarbeck? Religious and hard-working, Sarbecks own many enterprises, including distillation manufactorums, produce promethium. I must note that lately members of the Sarbeck family has been prone to overly liberal statements about the von Vinces dynasty. They believe that Lady Theodora is a bit too keen to leave her worlds without proper oversight. I'd like to know more about the Rosarians. Rosarians are... The Rosarians are a line founded by Lady Theodora's seneschal, and as such are nominally considered nobility, at least from the standpoint of the Imperial Navy, from which Lord Abelard hails. On Dargonus, however, their position is precarious. Firstly, they never were granted an official title. The process has been impeded for decades by the old houses of Dargonus. Secondly, the other families do not see them as equals, but more as upstarts clinging to the rogue traders' favor. The Rosarians are responsible for the capital of the world's fleet and the majority of the cargo shipments on domestic routes. Enough about the nobles. Is there anything else you want to report? There was, your lordship, and this time it concerns the main reason for my presence on this planet, the Xenos, and the threat they pose both to you and to humanity as a whole. The last few months have been difficult for the people who report to me. Eyes and ears scattered throughout the Kronos expanse, warp disturbances, astral paths overcome with madness, ships disappearing in the materium. Many of my observers and contacts have gone dark or have been killed by some calamity or another. Still, I managed to establish communications with some key individuals who were able to warn me about incoming threats, including Xenos raids. Phyllis looks at you in the eye without blinking. It is within my power to supply you with intelligence on where and when the Xenos will strike next. Do not doubt that Governor Drystone will beg you for protection against the Xenos, and in this fight, the information from my contacts will serve you well. I beseech you, Lash, if I ever report a threat looming over a ship or a planet, do not dismiss it. Sometimes it takes intervention from a rogue trader and his mighty void ship to avert a disaster. What are your responsibilities here on Dargonus? Officially, I'm a secretary at this world's administrative department. Less officially, I'm afraid I can't disclose that even to you. In short, I collect and investigate reports of heresy taking root on upstanding planets of humanity. Above all else, I'm concerned about the Xenos threat that hangs over the entire Kronos expanse, including your Proctorate. Sadly, my mission was complicated by the recent warp disturbances. I'm still trying to re-establish contact with many of my agents. Tell me about the Xenos. The residents of the local systems are no strangers to skirmishes in humanity, but recently the loathsome beasts seem to have completely flown off the handle. We're receiving reports from ships that made it through the warp to Dargonus. Both they and the colonies that they depart from are being attacked. I've identified the breed of Xenos that poses a threat, the Drukari. Humanity's ancient and insidious foes. Be vigilant in travels. The Xenos will undoubtedly attack rogue traders' ships should they find the circumstances to be in their favor. Unfortunately, in the host of humanity, there are those who are willing to grovel before our enemies in the hopes of a valuable reward. You may be interested to know that we are on the trail of such heretics. Achilles glances at Dasley. Overwhelming evidence indicates that a plundered void station in Lungrim's Belt is being used as a base by a band of pirates who are not above dealing with Xenos. Then they will persuade the Chancellor of the need to dispatch a ship there. Perhaps you would like to pay a courtesy call to these scoundrels yourself. Do you know anything about the cult of the Final Dawn? My knowledge is deplorably limited, your lordship. All my attention is focused on tracking Xenos activity. Concerning the Master von Collix, can tell you much more about these heretics than I. About your unofficial work. His Amber's eyes flash with interest. Yes? Whom do you truly serve? The rogue trader, the interrogator of the Inquisition? Clearly quickly glances at Henrix. And whom does the rogue trader, sir? Golden Throne? Proctorate? Could it be that one stems from the others? And if so, is there any sense in discussing it? I know this answer is just going to be met with a no. And can't really do that, so I've learned all I wanted to do. Other questions to ask. Scars in your face. What happened? About, he coughs, 5 years ago, there was an accident. Several tanks of promethium exploded in the storehouse of my estate. I was buried alive under the rubble. The Emperor preserved my soul, and the skilled physicians of Dargonus saved my body, except for my lungs, with which I had to part. Presumed the incident was an attempt on my life, but the identity of whoever was behind it remains a mystery. Must take my leave. According to the message I received a few minutes ago, Governor Drystone has arrived at court. My Chancellor is already prepared to arrange a meeting. All that's left is to notify her that you are ready to see Urban. Abelard. Around Dargonus, I will check the secretary's reports and keep an eye on the logistics. Master Danrock does his job. Does his job well, but a little scrutiny goes a long way with him. Door open. Personal quarters.
What do we have here?
The leather covers bears the name of the authors, mostly philosophers and theologians from Dargonus. Signs the books are trimmed with gold. What's this? Breeze catcher boots. Whenever the wearer moves through a cell occupied by an enemy, the wearer gains plus 15% dodge against the enemy's attacks until the wearer's next turn. Alright. The remains of a plaque can be seen on the frame. Alas, the inscription is completely indistinguishable due to the patina. Cloud is producing rhythmic sounds, among which a faint ringing stands out.
This is intriguing.
What's this? Heretic trophies, holy gifts, and provision. Electrified sharpnet. Sturdy safe equipped with several bizarre mechanisms.
Success is the
Knock,
only
knock.
outcome I accept.
A multi-melta, holy crap! Now that's a weapon. Fortunately, a bit too heavy of a weapon. Holy crap, I'll take the multi-melta. Multi-melta is basically the same weapon that those servitors were using. The really big ones in the one fight. Pretty view. Better for the head of the Rogue Trader Dynasty is befitting the status of its owner. Open. Bringing your hand to the scan panel behind the books, you open the hidden door. What's all this? A mysterious item undoubtedly created by inhuman hands. Mysterious artifact rests in a stasis field. Heretic trophies, provisions, jewelry. Plasma Shaper gloves. These gloves grant the wearer a plus 10 to bonus attack use. Those increase the damage of plasma weapons by 3. Zealot Cloak. When the wearer hits an ally with an area attack, the wearer gains plus 1 stack of the Zealot effect till the end of combat. The wearer deals plus 10% damage with their area attacks for each stack of the Zealot effect. Hidden ally do more damage. Wow. Xeno stuff. Empty glass and 3 unopened bottles of wine set on the finely crafted table made from dark marbled wood. Mysterious item undoubtedly created by inhuman hands. Plus a crystal shard, Drukari shatter shard. Wraithbone blade fragments. Dang, fancy crap. Shelves of the library are laden with dusty tomes, razzling around the works of several administratum adepts and the memoirs of some unfamiliar explorer of distant death worlds. Created by inhuman hands. Strange objects lie behind the glass of the display case. The complete absence of explanatory labels makes it impossible to learn what they are. Rare books are arrayed on the shelves, with their lavish, almost pretentious bindings seeming to be identical. Thus, as Kume and the raised door smears. If servants ever access this room, they do so very rarely. Then quick save before I sit down. Secret room is remarkably quiet and almost homely. Perhaps your predecessor used it when she sought complete solitude. Listening to the muted melody coming from the Vox speaker, you can easily imagine Theodora reading a book with a glass of expensive wine in hand. Choose a book. Several books are stacked next to the sofa, so very ancient, while others look like they have never been opened. Among Theodora's data that has been restored using her college data is the phrase Litanies of the Mo's Force. It is the title of one of the books here. Alright, let's look at the book. As you pick up the book, a hidden button in its spine clicks under your finger. Change the music. Go to screen the data where you display the names of several Vox symphonies. You recognize the melody that is playing right now. It is the first of 36 parts of the Symphony of Honor and Duty. This piece is Scary Choir. You hear a loud click inside the Vox speakers, and the piece I was playing earlier starts anew. Siren shatters the tranquil atmosphere in the room. Alarms have been sounded. Any of the rogue traitor von influences who represented his lordship's chambers will be eliminated. Your lordship, deepest apologies for the intrusion. Do you require any assistance? But on second thought, we had better just leave you in peace. Okay, that was interesting. Change the music. Assembly of Honor and Duty Part 2. Using this bit goes live for the entire room. Then goes back to normal, seemingly without any change. Have a glass of wine. 3 sealed bottles sit on the sturdy-looking low table. They are the little Grandmaster's blood, boon of Terra, and flame of purity. Pour a glass of plain flame of purity. Wine fills the glass, clearing the dim light of the room like liquid gold. Its tangy flavor burns your throat, leaving behind a spicy, biting aftertaste. You hear a short, faint hum as a unseen motor stirs into motion. The room responds to your actions with a quiet grinding sound, and a small nook reveals itself in the nearby wall. Inside, you find a data bank bearing the Von Valence's coat of arms. You receive data bank from Dargonus. Sweet! Just had to knock myself out once. Engraved data drive found in cache in Dargonus. The information it contains has been carefully encrypted. There's a faint mark on the polished mantelpiece, which was likely left by a glass. Lordship. Alright. Well, I did all the interesting things. Let's meet with the governor. Lordship, Governor is waiting in the audience hall. I advise you to respond to his lateness in kind. That way, you can let Urban know that his favor has not gone unremarked. But I will not delay too long. Right now, the court is closely observing your every step. Hello, Scalander. Does it cause any problems? Why? None at all, your lordship. Secretary Scalander is an outstanding individual and a loyal servant of the Von Valencius dynasty. In Lady Theodora's absence, we collaborated on a number of issues related to the well-being of your domain. He has proven himself quite capable, and I don't know why, but even the governor trembles before Achilles, which is unusual for a man of his standing. This sort of brings a slight smile to her lips. Tell him I'm ready to see the governor. There was no bells before leaving. Should arrange for him to be escorted to your study. Time passed. 2 hours. God dang. Ash von Valencius, 20th in his line, rogue trader, keeper of the sacred warrant, and ruler of the Kronos Expanse. From the Chronox system to the 100 Dreams Crossroads, I bid you welcome. Urban Drivester, governor of this great wold. First and foremost, please accept my deepest condolences. It will be difficult to recover from the loss of a woman as great as Theodora von Valencius. It pains me to think that she is no longer with us. The citizens of Dargonus and of the entire Protectorate grieve alongside you. Please allow us to declare half a year of mourning so that we can honor the memory of our beloved lady. It's all the same to me. Do as you see fit. Immediately give all necessary instructions, your worship. Catch the precious humans in the cogitator built into his gold bracer. Esteemed Lash, Lady von Theodora was a strong leader, and we ought to follow her example. Let us lean on our wisdom and persevere in the span of this strategy together, and let us carry on where she no longer can be leading the von Valencius Proctorate to even greater prosperity. Alas, it won't be an easy task to accomplish. Some time ago, the Astropass of Dargonus flew into a rage, and they had to be subdued. We are gradually restoring our ability to speak with neighboring worlds, but the contacts are still weak. Their routes are tangled and no longer lead to systems that the captains expect them to. Given that the vast majority of ships in the Dargonus Navy travel without relying on the services of navigators. Whilst your engagement, the well-being of the von Valencius dynasty and billions of its subjects is presently at risk. That ship from Dargonus not too long ago. The crew was transporting a strange artifact and went mad during the flight. Huh. This is a truly regrettable bit of news. What's more, leaving Dargonus has been forbidden for several cycles now. It seems the Rosarian family has once again failed in their primary responsibilities. Shoots Abelard a condescending look. Leave Abelard out of this. We'll investigate this at once, as well as the fact that the ship had to acquire a permit with the Administratum still. Does Nefe still serve at the Administratum Palace? The governor presses a number of buttons on the cogitator built into his bracer and looks up at you in surprise. I don't understand. The ship did indeed depart from orbit, but did so, if you can believe it, on the rogue trader's authorization. That was why no one dared to impede its departure. Lord Captain, I was seeing Kunrad somehow get his hands on a copy of your authorization, or perhaps even the original. A tool like that in the hands of a traitor does not bode well. Kunrad Vogder, a former master of whispers, is a heretic and a traitor, as he's shown his face on Dargonus. The owner pensively strokes the ring glittering on his fingers. Lord Vogder visited the capital some time ago, but he did not request a personal meeting. Heretic, you say? Now see where all the whispering in the corridors has come from. Shall be frank with you, your lordship. Lady Theodora's sudden death was a blow to every one of us, and the absence of any sort of verifiable and complete information about her successor gives grounds for all manner of rumors and misinterpretations, especially if someone's deliberty in inciting unrest and discontent. Naturally, none would dare challenge you by accusing you of something as sacrilegious as murdering a rogue trader. However, Kunrad Vogder was once a true boon to the Proctorate back in the day, and as such, some might heed his words. Subject's doubts are understandable. Too many things have changed in too short a span. I will prove myself worthy of my position. I hate how all the heretical options are just like downright evil. I don't know. It's like there's no nuance to it. My wife desires most commendable, but please do not forget, rulers should never bow to their attendants, or some might see it as a show of weakness. Exactly do Dargonus nobility expect from you in light of the loss of routes and communication with other worlds? Troubled by the fate of the agri-world Janus that supplied Dargonus and other planets with foodstuffs, empty stomachs can drive even the mildest rebel to revolt. Furthermore, House of Gabrek is perturbed by the loss of communication with the industrial world Kieva Gamma, which is in their charge. But if you wish to know my opinion, the world that deserves your attention the most is the Penal World, Vibus 6, one of the key mining suppliers in the Proctorate. Such intriguing concern for the Vibus 6 outpost. Doesn't your house happen to own the extraction station there? Tristram's beady eyes widened in fear. Your Lordship, I beg of you, do not interpret my words as an attempt to influence your decisions in any ways. You see, without Vebus 6, the manufactorums on your world will need to make haste to find new suppliers elsewhere and arrange for new shipments. In these troubling times, they run the risk of delays and other most tragic mishaps. The only concern is for the prosperity of the von Valencia's dynasty. I've already visited the agri-world Janus. Governor Viet found herself facing a number of problems in my absence. Truly, the Viet line is one of the oldest in the von Valencia's proctorate. The inheritor of such well-respected blood could not handle whatever had befallen her. The situation must have been extraordinary indeed. Stimia succumbed to worshipping the ruinous powers and was executed. He bells in terror. It is clear from the unseemly grimace on his aristocratic countenance that his fear is not feigned. Ruinous powers. Truly horrific news. I commend your resolve and unwavering severity. Death to the enemies of humanity. Does it for the play-ins and trade routes? What else? Seeing us, your lordship. I don't rightly know where to begin. He rose bridge of his nose wearily. Otherworldly beasts are not an uncommon sight in the Koros expanse. They have been a menace to the wolves this side of the mall for decades. But now these abominations are on the rampage. So there are no signs of fear as they attack ships, either damaging them to the point where they become unfit for transport duty, or outright gunning them. Only you have the power to stop this madness. We are in the process of restoring the astropathic choir of Dargonus. Luckily, we are forced to slay only some of the deranged Cyprus, although those that remain are as yet unable to transmit messages. I hope Master Skullander will keep his word and offer you his support in the war against the Xenos. According to his reports, the region of Vebus 6 has been of particular concern in the last few cycles. There's all the more reason to discover the colony's fate as soon as possible. Now, to issue on a small scale, there's a certain degree of tension in the capital due to unorthodox accession to the sacred warrant. Chances of uprising are minimal, of course, and the spreading of rumors is nothing but a sign of weakness of mind and spirit. Nonetheless, I've prepared a list of minor houses that have demonstrated unseemly discomposure at your succession. What is to be done about them? Given what was said about the drive stem earlier, I fear this may be they are trying to just get rid of minor houses that upset them, rather than like actually something that's causing issue. So yeah, I care not what those hyenas are yapping about behind my back. Leave them be. They are no threat to me. Noble decision, your lordship. Let us hope that others do not mistake your magnanimity for weakness. And one last thing, your lordship. Your inauguration as bearer of this sacred warrant is but a matter of time. I would like to inquire about one crucial detail. I imagine you are intending to uphold the centuries-old tradition, bolstered by an equally long-lasting friendship, of being represented on Dargonus by one of the noble houses. I presume that, as before, this duty be accorded to House Drivestone. One moment. Which houses can represent me at the ceremony? And the noble houses located at Dargonus. The Drivestone family, which I lead, Gyrek family, which long ties to the Depths Mechanicus, Sarbricks, known for their piety and diligence in service. Perhaps you should also mention the Rosarians, who have some influence, but who are not actually of royal origin. Any one of these houses would be honored to represent you at the ceremony. Let's go with the Rosarians. Screw tradition. The Rosarians and their fleet that has kept the planet safe. So far, the Rosarians are the only ones that seem to have actually been succeeding at what they're supposed to be doing. Abelard turns to you and bows respectfully. Lord Captain, to accompany you at such critical hours is the greatest honor for the Rosarian bloodline. Have no fear. We will not fail you. Dresden tosses Abelard a look that lacks even the smallest shred of respect. Forgive me my boldness, but I must remind you that the Rosarians, whose lineage traces back to a Navy officer, have the Dargonius nobility. Such decisions may have adverse effects on your subjects' loyalty, your lordship. His face breaks into a bitter smile. To immediately relay your commands, most gracious rogue trader. Thank you for your time. I'd like to complete my inauguration as rogue trader as soon as possible. When is the ceremony? I'm afraid that, until you deal with pressing issues, the ceremony will have to be postponed. Many trade routes are still unavailable. The central walls of the Von Valence's Proctorate are going through a crisis, and the warp disturbances. If void observers are to be believed, prevent important guests from reaching the capital. Then it was yourself and House of Driveston. It will be my pleasure to enlighten you. The house is the oldest and most respected in Dargonus. Ancestors walk side by side with yours for many generations, as they cared for this world's welfare. Our duty is to supervise the governing bodies within the system subservient to you, and we are responsible for the Proctorate, logistics, and economic stability. As for me personally, I'm a humble servant of the Emperor, and a loyal subject of the rogue trader, and to my great pleasure, I had the honor of calling myself Leodoro's close friend. At Urban's last word, Abelard let out a sound that could be interpreted as either a snort or a cough. Urban gives him a look, which Abelard meets with an expression of utter nonchalance. That'll be all. I take it. Thank you for your time, your lordship. Since duty calls, I shall take my leave, and the Emperor's grace be with you. Leveled up. How long have I been here? I'm curious. How long have I been on this planet? About 50 minutes. That is a long time for nothing to explode. I wonder if we'll reach a full hour before something explodes. Where am I going now? Oh. Explorator Cognizance Fleet is planning a holy expedition to the next sector. Your emissary, Upcon 22, is prepared to buy a massive amount of fuel for their void ships. Sure, I got enough Promethium. Blood and Nephium. Probably goes when it was found out the secret of... Don't fear the Prophet Izmir's side benefit of the opportunity to massacre a large number of House Cordia's servants and planetary battles. Pray you not aforementioned price of flammable liquid exchange for the fighting force he is desperately lacking. To the top, High Wool of Forlix seeks to undermine the influence of the subsector's capital planet. Governor's agents seek rare and valuable minerals that will help Forlix's industry to grow and prosper. Greed. Should have been contacted by a high-ranking administrative official who has previously helped with reclaiming a relic of St. Claudinus from House Cordia. He enjoys the generous bribes and would like some more. In exchange for the riches requested, he promises that an error will creep in the administration's calculations on all provisions from the agricultural markets. Alpha will be shipped to Dargonus instead of the Navy's orbital fortress Dargonus, too. Let's go from Promethium to Opticon 22. Where do I go do next? Leave. Let's step outside. Probably to get shot. We're gonna level up. Up one of these things. Let's up agility. Then what's up, Medicaid? Have a Gamma's delegation. Do I just like leave? Am I just done here? I guess I just leave. Turn to the ship. There have been news from Dargonus, Lord Captain. Subsidiary Hive Cities, 84-249, has been destroyed in a series of cascading failures. Production has halted. Millions of people have broken their vows of obedience and are fleeing. Many of them are perishing in the wastelands and overloading the transport lines leading to the neighboring hives. Surrounding residential sectors are becoming increasingly agitated by the influx of refugees. What is your directive regarding the distribution of these refugees? What is the cause of the catastrophe? It is still unclear. Noble houses are throwing the blame at one another. Agents of the venerable Achilles Slander, stationed on Skeppings 84249, died heroically while trying to save the population from this disaster. By reports of missing some vulnerabilities in the industrial sectors of Lower Hive, but did not go into further detail. Additionally, all your surgeons are currently busy with investigating the causes of the crisis, but are not doing anything to deal with its consequences. Slander's prayer. What say my advisors? Death of Achilles' agents troubles me. It may not be a coincidence. Until the causes of the disasters can be concretely established, I would avoid letting refugees into other hives. There may be saboteurs among them. I recommend setting up prohibitive coordinates where the refugees can be contained in the wastelands between the hives. Emperor business to face the often cruel strokes of fate with dignity. Though the hives do not wish to accept the unfortunate victims of this tragedy, then let the victims themselves teach those living in the hives a lesson in resilience and humility. Sure, the Ecclesiarchy will aid the refugees in constructing camps to survive out in the wastelands and establish a community of proud desert-dwelling martyrs. Such hard conditions will be crucible of fortitude and fearlessness. This tragedy is a feat of spirit. No houses are trying to wash their hands of this. How predictable. And yet it is their duty to see to it that the planet meets its tithe obligation and brings glory and revenue to the treasury in your absence. Let the aristocrats take care of the refugees. Make sure they don't stop until every last refugee has some tasks to fulfill. I like Argento's thing. Let's go with Argento. To Ecclesiarchy would not ignore the laments of the poor. He who dares to remain deaf to the pleas of destitute shall be branded a traitor to the faith. 2 hours from Newport minutes. Large labor settlements are set up around the ruins of Symphony 84249, to where the refugees from wastelands and neighboring hives have been rounded up. Harsh wastelands scorched from industrial poison with only a bare modicum of food and clean water. Settlement residents began their arduous and dangerous task of rebuilding their fallen home. Many of Ecclesiarchy's priests sought to share in this burden with the poor souls, coming to their villages and preaching to them about the righteousness of hard work. Some pastors even chosen to stay in the camps permanently. The desert cults of Akane martyrs have begun to gather around them, glorifying the Lord Captain for granting them the right to suffer for the glory of the God Emperor. AOCs will be established on top of the ruins of Symphony 84249. Costs that. I lose a profit factor. We gain complacency, efficiency, and security for all colonies, as well as 3 people. The cost of provisions and profit factor. Establishment for mobility. House establishment constructed on top of the ruins of Symphony 84249 for the aristocrats. The dead and the dying will fertilize the gardens and ring these pleasure chambers. I lose 2 people, gain profit factor, gain complacency, and gain the nobility's perfection feature, plus 5 to all their skills. That is a powerful bonus. Emporium. Surviving spine of Symphony 84249 will be rebuilt into a space elevator, capped by an emporium, accepting those ships that are too heavy to land on the surface. Route costs -2. Don't know what that means. Profit factor +1, security -1, chemicals, weapons, efficiency, mechanisms. Restoration. I like restoration. I have 45 profit factor. I can eat the cost of 1. And I got plenty of provisions. This will get me more people and a +1 to all colonies. So. And as tempting as this is, screw the nobility. Going with restoration. Purges will be stopped. This world needs working hands. Genetic purges, what the crap? decree on diligence. Issuing this decree setting the time production quotas and doing laggards to being processed into corpse arch, which will encourage most diligent servants. Doctrine of rationality. According to the new doctrine, disenfranchised will be servitized or disposed of through hazardous work. Sort of goods. Convicts will be secretly resold to the pirates of the Cronus Expanse. And Zealot. Change broadside micro cannons for 3 shots, still in that. Profit Factor, Fellowship of the Void, weapons, build an auction, because build a mission is ready to run a secret auction on Dargonus with legal lots, providing the Rogue Trader's Dynasty guarantees protection. Ashen Breath. A Melta shot. Melta thing. Bot. Shows the Emperor. More and more ships arrive in orbit around Dargonus. The agreement with the Navy allows the deployment of a permanent dock for warships and repositories for the Navy's property. Plus 5% to critical hit chance against pirates. Gain an escort ship. Rogue Trader's flagship is escorted by an armed frigate. Oh, cool. Imperial Navy, security, weapons. Filth the Expanse. Space pirate frigate. 20% scat for winning space battles. More and more ships arrive in orbit. The reduction of duties and the reining in of customs will allow the black market to flourish, able to compete directly with football. Tracker Mark 16, dang. Well then. Alright. I guess go to Kiev Gamma. Our survivors, Forge Path to there, Lost in the Void, Kiev Gamma. As reduces this route's difficulty to simply dangerous. Boop. One of the microcannon clans that sounded the alarm. The base ventilation system brought in miasmas of some terrible disease that's killing dozens by the minute. Even more horrifying, the dead are rising to their feet and attacking living, while some of the corpses are losing their human forms altogether, turning into unspeakable warp beasts. It be suicide for the troops to storm the bay, and the fierce Lord Captain's retinue can stop this plague. Here we go. Something is exploding. Let go. Let's go. Oh, we have a turret. Plague Undead, Plague Undead, Plague Bearer. Toxic damage. 5 of energy damage, up by anything that deals damage or poisons. Magenta, move up. Kill that. Take position there. Take position there. Abelard, get right up in there. Start the battle.
Will do.
Drop that front line.
Anything else?
Do that. Because they're not really going to have any way to protect themselves from being charged. Buff me.
Will do.
So brings the smell of rot. Yeah, that's fine.
On it. What an unfortunate turn of fate.
All right. They all turn around to go after Abelard.
Great Emerald!
Good job, guard.
Doubt is for the weak.
All right. Wildfire.
The Emperor commands.
Dismantling
I act.
attack. And do that again.
None can escape the Emperor's judgment. Faith without deeds is worthless.
Ah, so close to momentum. God, that turret just eviscerated those fools.
Brace yourself, Abelard. Just a minor setback. Strengthens
Oh,
me.
dude just explodes. Okay.
It will be done. Indeed. Dominance achieved! It will be done. No matter the cost. The more the better. I took care of this one.
Get wrecked, fools. Oh, both the plague bears are lined up.
I am not your Xenos pet monkey. I understand your intent. If I must. I am not your Xenos pet monkey. If it serves your cause.
Weapon at the ready.
Follow my lead.
Who, if not me? Your end was inevitable. On it. I'll see to it personally. Consider this a taste of what's to come. I'll make it happen. Who, if not me?
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Oh, we got even more. Bonk. Oh no, one of the guards died. One of the friendly ones.
Reduced to dust.
They're all just piling up an Abelard, but they're not succeeding at anything.
Emperor, give me strength.
Get wrecked, Plague Bear.
Reduced to dust. One fewer target.
I know what is to come. Anything else? Was that you? Or... But of course. Will do. On it. Anything else? There is movement in the Imperial.
Follow my lead.
As the Emperor commands.
Concentrated fire. Then burn these fools.
Stout is for the weak. Strike is a prayer. As the Emperor commands, I act. Faith without deeds is worthless. I'll do it.
I took care of this one.
Dead. That dirt just looked over there and was like, nah. Oh, you stole your let's kill.
My place is at the fort. Victory is imminent.
Zoom.
At your beck and
I am not your Xenos pet, monkey. If it serves your cause. Swift and silent. Pay with your blood in the name of Kal
One-
and Shakay.
1 HP. Uses heroic act to kill.
I've suffered worse.
There's a lot of weapons and armor.
Oh, my ears are ringing.
I always have a backup plan.
Hey, this is the place, same place for Adira's one mission thing. Neat. Reused map. Boop. Alright, so now to continue making my way west. Nothing happened. One profit factor lost. Oh, that's right, because of that one thing. Medicaid teams from the lower decks report the appearance of a dense purple fog causes people to develop mutant deformities. Short tentacles, roughly the length of a pinky finger. Since such deformities do not interfere with the crew's performance, Medicaid are not certain whether this phenomenon should be a cause for concern. Or for our whispering of heresies. Organized prayers and sacred rituals to banish the fog. Led by the preachers of the ecclesiarchy, the boys men gather for a mass prayer as the priests chanted holy verses to banish corruption. Some severely infested crew members failed to endure the celebration of the God Emperor's glory, perished before the vessel could leave the Immaterium. Oof. Lord Captain, urgent report. We have received an astronomic message from Regent Aranto Ocelio. The navigators are concerned about the fate of Cassia, who disappeared from Route 5. The Regent is requesting an update on her current status and has also inquired about the possibility of a personal meeting to negotiate and to arrange the return of the Blade Navigator to her house. The psycho-emotional coding of the received message betrays acute concern, but it also contains something that astropaths have failed to pin to words. If you'll excuse my forthrightness, I believe feel it is necessary to tell Health's cellular truth. Otherwise, a conflict with Navis Nobile is possible, which, given the current state of the expanse, will only play into the hands of the enemies of the Imperium. How did House Ocelio even learn that out of Cassia? I wish I knew, Lord Captain. It is troubling indeed. Perhaps we have a spy on board, or Regent Aranto is bluffing. In either case, I believe we should respond. Navigators are extremely powerful and useful always to have. So how's the cellar? Cassia is safe, and the rogue trader would be honored to meet in person. See to it, Lord Captain. House Press will transmit your consent. Representatives of House Cellar will be waiting for you on the capital wall, Dargonus. Receiving members of Navis Nobile is always a delicate matter. Please make sure to discuss the details of the meeting with your Chancellor upon arrival. Also, I just completely realized I forgot to actually check out that system. Oh well, I'll probably be passing through it again. Space battle. Well, this is well, first colony management. Stone. Also, faith of burning resilient faith of man themselves from some means the weak faith in the midst. Good tidings. Inspired spouse and sword. From there, powerful oxidation will broadcast prayers and sermons to the entire planet. While the voice from not survived the fire will carry the secret words all across the crystal expanse. Good tidings will be heard throughout the Fox spectrum, rattling the Imperium subjects. Complacency +2 for all colonies. Let's do good tidings. Janus. 5 tiers of repentance. Care for sloth. Don't want to do that. Need more Drusians, need more Cosbalica mission. Need mechanisms. Cosbalica mission. Let's complete giants. Okay. Dargonus. Restoration complete. Efficiently, complacently, security for all colonies. Trophies. Maximum profit factor. People times 3. Alright. Genetic Mercy. No penalty, gets me more people. Let's do it. Anyways, supposedly there is Eldari survivors here. Violent battles unfolding before the rogue trader's eyes. Patrol ships in the Corda fleet are tearing apart 2 small Eldari vessels. Once they are finished with them, the void ships give chase after the third, already damaged vessel, clear with the intention of destroying it as well. Seeing the last ship's impending death, Yerlik calls out to Lord Captain, her voice trembling slightly, only the rogue trader's intervention can save her kin from the massacre. Send a message to Insidia Cordia's fleet, and is ordering them to stop the battle. Boxmaster relays the Lord Captain's demand to stop the battle, and soon returns with a reply. According to Cordia ships, the group Xenos are malicious criminals, and guilty of raiding the system's plants and robbing merchant vessels. Insidia Cordia's bishop wakes up with an intent of performing the duty before the Emperor and exterminating the Xenos. Yerlet suddenly watches the unfolding chase through the stained glass windows of the captain's bridge. She grimly concedes that no crime should go unpunished, except her kin were flying transport ships. It would have been impossible for them to rob a ship, let alone launch a planetary raid. This is such that they simply lack the firepower to do so. Malachi are lying. Analyzing the attack of the Xeno ship. Despite the presence of some weaponry, the Xeno ship is more likely meant for transporting cargo, or the Xenos themselves, rather than direct combat. Ask Cordia Patrol for proof of the Xenos transgressions. Patrol captains reluctantly admits that there is no conclusive proof. The system is sometimes the target of pirate raids. However, this changes nothing, for our servants have no mercy for the enemies of humanity. Demand Cordia's warships cease fire immediately and retreat. Cordia Dynasty Patrol will defend the Proctorate's borders, be it from invading Xenos or from the threat of another rogue trader. Prepare for battle. Okay.
Let's make them regret ever crossing our path.
Miss. You had the opening strike and you missed. Alright, let's strafe. Zip. Maximum overdrive. It's the only ultimate ability I have, so I might as well use it.
Engage the engines. With the force of a supernova.
Fate has provided an opening.
Fire at will. Let the void sort them out. Make every shot count.
And front shield. Alright. So that was a good first turn. Miss.
We broke their shield, Lord Captain.
Let them taste our fury. Lance batteries, volley!
I love how I could end up behind myself.
Coordinates set. Salvo!
The target's
For the glory of the Imperium!
Engage the engines.
Get wrecked.
I have missed this feeling.
Void Pirate trophies. Lord Captain's order, House Cordia's ships have been annihilated. Meanwhile, the wounded Xeno ship is rapidly distancing itself from the recent battlefield, attempting to hide in the shadow of the nearest fold. Every attempt to contact it is met with frustration. The Boxman's reports that the vessel is in deplorable condition. He knows how much more the Xeno technology can endure before the irreparable happens. Eldari too scared and resentful of the Monk Eye for the recent deaths of their kin to answer incoming hells. Despite this, Eurolet's certain that she can convince them to cooperate with Hill and talk if she's allowed to speak with them. Open fire on the wounded ship. What the crap? Let Eurolet speak with her kin. Eurolet appeals to her kin's wisdom, but the words of the outcast cannot make them trust Monkai. Pain of loss fills the Eldari hearts. Only recently the teams destroyed 2 vessels the children must run, and now they offer aid. Or they offer aid through the mouth of their captive sister. No, the Eldari will not fall for this trick. Trying to outpace the pursuit of the next Monkai vessel, the Eldari overload their void ship's drives. One of the damaged engines is unable to bear the strain. Before the eyes of 100 officers, the Xeno ship flashes a fiery light blue through the stained glass windows. Thousands of shiny stars disperse across the system. Bridge officers openly rejoice, offering praise to the Emperor. They experience the cleanse of Morphil and his humanity. What is this if not his providence? And only the thin figure of the Eldari stands motionless against the backdrop of the intricate stained glass windows, warning the fallen in solemn silence. Once the pain in Eurolet's soul is numbed, she turns to her captain and nods, a short gesture of gratitude for their attempt to save those who could hardly be saved. That's unfortunate. Mission failed. But a valiant effort. What's this? This planet is devoid of even the most primitive forms of life. However, the crew has made quite a strange discovery. A mirror, lying right in the middle of the center of the huge crater. A completely ordinary mirror in a frame, by all appearances in pristine condition. Take the mirror aboard the ship. Mirror now hangs on the wall of one of the compartments. It looks completely normal. However, only an hour after arrival, the Boxmaster reports that shell crews that delivered the mirror has disappeared. People who hung the mirror have also disappeared. Even the enforcer who wandered into the compartment by mistake and stopped to fix his new non-regulation cravat has vanished without a trace. Dispatch a group of servitors to smash the mirror. Team sent to destroy the mirror stopped responding the moment they entered the compartment. Special group of servitors jettison them. Well, no, that'll probably mean about the same thing. Blow up the whole compartment with the mirror inside. Deciding that half measures were not enough, the Lord Captain gave the order to blow up the compartment. The demolition team carried out the procedure with pinpoint precision, resulting in minimal damage to the rest of the vessel. However, the picture cord and the service goal sent to the survey of the situation showed that the mirror was not damaged in the slightest, and was now laying in the cavity left by the explosion. Use explosive first and depressurize the compartment. It's the only way to ensure the cursed mirror is expelled from the ship. Oh, holy crap, that does a lot of damage. Yeah, the series target explosion depressurizing procedures ensure that the mirror is gone. In this case, all cavities are filled with blessed caulk and binary comms for the ship is continue on strength. Okay, I'm gonna load an autosave because I was not expecting to take that much damage. Holy crap. I was thinking it was gonna be another, like, oh, just 6 damage. Not 68. Holy crap. Let's just repeat what I did last time.
With the force of a supernova. Fire at will.
A breach in the enemy shield has been revealed.
And so it will be with anyone who stands in our way.
Coordinates set. Torpedoes away.
Probably should have released the torpedoes earlier.
Lance batteries! Volley! Fire at will. Let them taste our fuel.
We broke their shield, Lord Captain.
Helmsman, take us in.
Target destruction confirmed.
Another victory of two great dynasties, Lord Captain.
Alright, do that again. Oh, this offers me a second chance at the Eldari. Might be able to save them. Let's speak. Nope, she failed. They don't have in frame. While appearing in pristine condition. Start immediately. Crew blasts the crater, raising a cloud of dust and blocks of auger rate. Harming the mirror's destruction is impossible for time being. Not have survived such a powerful explosion. Definitely not. Oh. Vigilant member of the auger crew has detected a small Xenos vessel drifting through the void. The ship is on fire and shows no signs of being crewed. Send out a boarding shuttle. The squad boarded the vessel while issue corrosion has laid waste to the ship's system, which led to the death of the entire crew. The interior is full of Eldari corpses. No weapons were found on board, and the dead Xenos, judging by their clothing, were not part of any warrior caste, merely the crew of the now defunct ship. Xenos claims to have recognized the symbols of the dead Eldari's clothes, the civilian refugees from Craftful Krugerok. Oof. Mining world. Artist labor and unbreakable spirit do his faithful servants fuel hundreds of imperial worlds. Their entire lives are an example of true service to humanity. I love how it's a mining world with no mining. 2 plasteel. Meh. Unknown ships. So it'll probably be the end of stream, but let's do some more space combat.
I lift up my voice in prayer.
The Chikari
for
blocks
this
some of your
vessel and
flagship's
its
posts,
hollowed
being
guns.
using unknown Xenos power. You gained these posts in several rounds. I have been blocked. Oh no. Leech torpedoes. Talon Crick's frigate. Leech torpedoes, and a shadow lance. Obsidian Shadowfield. The area of unfathomable haze obscures the vessel. Enemies suffer minus 25 penalty to hit when attacking from within a 2-cell range, and a minus 75% penalty to hit when attacking from outside that range. The ability removed upon firing has a chance to be re-engaged at the start of the ship's turn, or in response to enemy fire that causes hull damage. Sigil class destroyer. Way out here. Missile launcher battery. Shadowlands. Obsidian Shadowfield.
Let the void sort them out. All hands, prepare for acceleration. With the force of a supernova. Large batteries, volley. Salvo!
Another notch on the
Cool.
micro cannon.
Poor sucker.
Coordinates set.
Oh, that is such an oof. Oh yeah, a Drukari ship with the thing that makes it harder to hit. Didn't miss a single shot.
Helmsman, take us in.
Alright, I want the left side.
All hands, prepare for acceleration.
Right, and then do a swing run.
With the force of a supernova. Helmsman, take us in. Lance batteries, volley! Torpedoes, away!
Front. Torpedoes!
Another battle won. On to
Suck
the
it,
next
Drukari.
one.
Zoop. During the warp forwards, the navigator sanctum reports there are warp reads for the next ship's course, returning to the Sea of Souls, given material form. The navigator steer the ship past the danger zone or reach person in ragged formation to gain valuable insight. Yeah, steer past. Not worth it. Why should follow the route charted by the navigator successfully past the troublesome region? Not worth it to crash into that stuff. 7 Promethium. It's actually a pretty good amount. Hive City. Sentinel's pride hives are oozing noxious haze, veined with sulfur streaks of Promethium fumes from the gigantic distilling cauldrons located beyond the temperature shields. A vast, endless deadlands, littered with spots of Promethium stations and refineries, separate the colossi of rockcrete and adamantium with its crown of gargantuan spouts. The heat of the system star has turned this world to a boiling but lucrative gland within the body of the House Corda Proctorate. It's hard to tell what's more impressive, the grotesque grandeur of this place or its extreme toxicity. Adamantine. I don't see much of that, so. And that takes me to Kieva Gamma. But that's going to be it for stream for today, because after this I'm getting to Kieva Gamma, and I do not have enough time left in stream for that. So, it's going to be it for stream today. I will be continuing Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader come next Thursday, going to Kieva Gamma and doing that stuff. My next stream will be Sunday with... maybe Sunday with something. I don't exactly know, because the Minecraft server is having a ton of issues that I can't figure out. So, I don't know. I'll probably figure something out by then. But either way, that's going to be it for stream for today. So, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Save the game. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Have a good time whatever time zone you're in. And yeah, bye for now.